my followers, everybody that's been in tune with the podcast. I think we on this is like our fifth or sixth episode. I don't know yet. I'll get to it eventually, but this is like our fifth or sixth episode.
We're going to figure out what this count is.
I will figure it out sooner or later. You know what I mean? As y'all know, we try to bring a little bit of excitement. We talk our shit. And, she over there trying to be cutesy and what have you.
I'm in my Charlotte area for all of
I don't think they know what the fuck Charlotte is.
Yeah, everybody knows Sex in the City. It doesn't matter how old
everybody really don't know that.
Listen,
we dealing with Gen Z. Gen Z doesn't know what that is.
They all know Sarah Jessica Parker.
No, Gen Z. Listen, you are overestimating Gen Z.
I am not. That means people be like, "Yo, you didn't catch this episode." I'm like,
Gen
how
Z.
do you know about
that? You know
that?
the age demographic of Gen Z.
Yes,
they do not know who the fuck Sarah Jessica Parker is.
You are underestimating the intelligence of your audience.
Not at all.
Show him by going on and acting like you know. Anywho, Charlotte is the lover girl on all the episodes. She's just like blissful. You have Carrie, you got Samantha, and I forget the one that's always there. Miranda.
There you go. I like that
Miranda.
volume. That's a better volume.
Oh, okay.
Less whispering shit you do.
I wasn't trying to whisper. I just was like, oh.
Let me hear
Anyway.
what it is.
Yeah,
So what was it like earlier, like when we was talking, on the phone and shit? What was you saying?
Oh, about the
it was about
ego and ego, yeah, and that just I think it's our ego.
So this is gonna be ego. Our topic really right now is ego is the relationship killer. That male or female or both egos kill relationships.
I think when we operate in our ego, we think that we need to possess the other person.
Okay.
And that prevents us from being able to experience the person in their fullness. And in your own fullness, really, because by stifling the other person, you're also stifling your own development and growth, right? Like, people are supposed to be communing.
So stifling, like suffocating, et cetera, right?
All of it.
Okay.
You cause another person to have to suppress themselves. Like one of the other episode, we were talking about how we suppress what we want, not even from I just want to date everybody sense, but just being your authentic self with the person.
Right.
How can you do that if you're stifling or causing the other person to suppress who they are because you aren't comfortable with you or you don't really understand yourself and you don't allow them to help you to grow past a point because of that?
I agree with that.
So like with the conversation that we were about to start having, and I was like, oh, we need to tape that live because I'll forget my point.
Right.
But ultimately, like, I think if say you and I are functioning and I'm like, oh no, you had said the point that there are certain people that they get all upset and bent out of shape if they can't be with you, like have you. And I was just like, yes, but that's out of our own ego, right? Like what's odd? I have never been upset during a breakup. Like when some people would be like, oh my God, I just can't believe he did this or that and all that. I have never been in that state. It has always been like, no, you're mad because you didn't exit the relationship the way you wanted to do it.
Is that what it is?
That's in my really ego, like, as far I feel that way.
You feel like both male and females, you really upset because it wasn't on your terms?
Yes, I really do, and that's some really selfish shit.
Because I feel like when it's over, I don't understand. Like, I never understood, like, me personally, I know everybody got their own feelings on this. I never understood, why is you... Okay, like, if Monday, me and you call it quits, this is me personally. I don't understand why by Friday you still thinking about this bitch. That's me.
Because you really aren't over it. People are emotionally dishonest.
So then they should sit down and have a discussion before they officially call it over. But if the other person says, I'm done with you, you can't superimpose your will and be like, well, no, we're not done because I'm not done. No,
because
you're
that
done.
That would be your ego.
Right. The ego. Okay, the ego factor's taking over. Yeah. I can dig that.
Think about relationships where the both of you are like, you know what, it ain't working. I don't not like you. I'm not like where you need me to be.
I don't see the growth.
You need me to be in this
It's
pocket,
becoming emotionally taxing, et cetera, et cetera.
Arguing over stuff that doesn't need arguing. I feel like you're picking at me or whatever the nonsense is. And then you're just kind of like, you know what, you're right. I was looking at this and that, and I'm just not in this place to give you what you need or whatever. And you mutually decide to go. No one is thinking about it come Friday. That situation, no one's tripping.
Right. It's a what do they call it? It's an amicable split. That's what
yes,
they call it.
right. And even in the instance in which one person, you may have said, you know what, Nina, some days your ass is bitchy as fuck, right? Like you be doing too much, and I might have been offended in the moment. Then I go home, and you're like, I don't really want to fool with you because you're not on my program, like, or whatever. And then I get home and I think about, like, I'm mad at the moment because my ego is involved.
Right.
But if I'm emotionally mature and honest with myself, I get to go sit down and think about that and be like, you know what, I really wasn't operating at my highest self for him.
But the crazy part is, the mishaps usually happen due to the fact that a motherfucker has to go and sit down and think about it. So the instant offense is what causes the most damage. Do you get what I'm saying? No one's thinking at that moment to be more empathetic, more intelligent, more conversationalist. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just a lot of raw emotions, and it's, I'll think about it later, but the damage is done. You understand? Well, it's like, remember when I showed you the Instagram post earlier this week?
Yeah.
When the girl, she was like, yo, yeah, I'm classy, I'm this, I'm that, right? And you say you want me. She said, but also, as far as being classy and being very demure, she said, and very together, there's also this little girl that was abandoned as a child, that was abused as a child, that has tantrums.
Showing your whole self.
Right. She said, so you can't say you want to deal with the classy, demure woman you met and not be able to deal with this bitch, this brat, etc., etc., etc. You know what I'm saying? You have to be ready to deal with that. And I agree with that.
Right.
That goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
But
that's a true point.
And I'm not going to delve too deep into that, because I know it's kind of one-sided to where most women, they want a man to be able to deal with that, but most women won't deal with a man that comes with that.
Right. Well, and I think so. That person you're talking about was Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. Shout out to her.
There you go.
Shout
out to Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. That actually was your post. It was a good post. It was a very good reel. I fucked with it.
And she's fair, because she'll be like men and women.
Yeah.
She's never really one-sided about it. She's like, listen, the problem is the conversations you're not having at the inception of this relationship.
The offense.
Or not even the offense. Like, I think mine and your relationship is a very good friendship, because I understand who you are, so I am not easily offended, because we've had a number of conversations and interactions around each other.
Right, facts.
Right?
Facts.
And so a lot of times, in our hookup culture situation that we are in, you be like, yeah, well, I guess technically this has happened in every generation, but it is more prevalent now that everyone just naturally assumes that you don't even need to date a person. You don't really need to understand a person. The fact that you just go out, it doesn't matter if it's Chipotle, the park, the freaking movies, or a 5-star dinner, everything's treated the same.
Right.
As soon as we're done with this, we smash it.
There's no mystique to things anymore.
Yeah, there's no anticipation.
Right. There's no build up.
There's no real.
It's like, I jump in your DM and I'm like, damn, shorty, what's up? I seen your post, like, you looking real fine, and you respond back to me, and I respond back to you, you respond back to me,
and your first interaction is fucking.
And I'm like, yeah, what's up? Like, when we gonna get around, we're gonna get together. And as soon as we get around, we get together, like you said, we fucking, like, right. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what it is, though? They feel like I've already expressed, they almost feel like I already did the courtship via social media. Yeah, via social media. Right. Like, I courted you texting you. I courted you being in your DM. So now when I see you, I want to fuck. Like, why are we still talking?
Okay, you know why
that's funny? Crazy.
But you know why that's funny? Because in the years of old, when we didn't have social media or even telephones,
right,
and you could only write a person
You're not that
physically.
Old,
but I'm saying, I'm not saying I did this.
Right.
But I'm saying, God no. But the point I was about to, or the question I was about to ask is, under those situations and circumstances, they might have been writing for an entire year.
Facts.
You are not
like
writing
back then,
right? And the postal service was not as efficient.
How many? You have to think about it. Like, those relationships back then, that long distance, that from afar, that courtship from afar.
Yes.
They might never even seen that woman, and that woman might never even seen it. You don't know what the hell they look like.
Some photos, but they were black
if
and white.
If you had some money to actually take a photograph,
right?
You know what I mean?
So think about.
And that might have been 2 years in the making, to where you finally saved up enough money, you went into town, and you took a photograph, and you didn't get copies.
Yo,
like she was
you gotta
getting
take every one of them pictures,
right. So
with them light bulbs exploding.
So she's getting that one photo. You don't
just
have a copy.
You.
It's just for you. I'm sending this to you in the mail, and I'm hoping it gets to you. I'm hoping the Native Americans don't attack the stagecoach and take.
That?
You know what I'm saying? It's so
or
many,
anybody else.
Yeah, so many factors that led into that. But you know what I'm saying? Like I said, and that was you could I'm not gonna say it was pure love. I'm about to say that was 100% anticipation of like something working out or a better life.
I am going to push back on that one. I am going to say that was love because think about how much effort.
Love or overall faith, like having 100% faith in something. That's different than love.
Love requires
that's
a
not
lot
true.
of faith.
No, that's not true.
It does, just like it requires
love is
trust.
A chemical. Love. Okay, go ahead. I'm not going to get into it. You right.
I don't disagree with that. Okay, so I think that love is more than just one thing. I think it has multiple components to it. And I think if all of us could possibly agree that if we are writing to each other and all that, you build up the anticipation that you're talking about creates a level of faith in the relationship you think you're marching toward and enhances your idea of love.
Okay.
That's where I'm going with that. Like, I think that if you have to write a person continuously for a year with just the beautiful language use that they use at that time.
Right.
Negroes can't even spell.
Right.
They
Not now. They don't even teach cursive in school. They don't even teach script in school no more.
You know, right? You over here IRL for in real life. You are the letter U.
FML. FML.
I'm like, what the fuck is some of this shit that you were talking about? Like, we were just in a conversation. And it's beyond me being a grammar Nazi and being like, you didn't capitalize or use proper punctuation.
WYD.
Right. It just... Oh, I got a good question.
Yeah, what's up?
Well, this wouldn't apply to you because you don't give a shit.
I mean, it's fine. You can ask me a question.
But I'm still going to ask.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if I don't give a shit.
I was thinking you'd be like, I don't give a fuck about that. I just feel like that's going to be your reaction.
Yeah, but still ask me. What's the question?
So there was this thing, this reel that came out.
Okay.
And people were like, I think they were asking women, I'm trying to remember it exactly. They were asking women, like, if a person sent you a bunch of WYD text and things like that.
Yeah, what you doing?
But not with any real conversation to follow it. Just,
right, just what you doing.
Hey, sexy,
what
WYD,
yeah,
right?
Hey, sexy,
and you respond and all that, but there's no conversation like, would you continue to date them? And the barrage of comments in there, oh, it was so entertaining. And so the men, because this was probably a Clubhouse thing, shout out to Clubhouse.
Fuck Clubhouse, but yeah. Fuck Clubhouse. Especially that one weird ass room.
Oh God, we not.
Especially that one ass weird ass room where you tell them they can't curse.
Okay,
fuck Clubhouse.
We are not going to do that. So anyway.
Fuck Clubhouse.
If a person is sending you nondescript, generic text messages to elicit a response, but does not communicate after you respond, what do you do? How do you feel about that? I feel like I just don't have a cup anymore. I don't have nothing.
I mean, that's on you. I don't know what you did. You did a whole bunch of different. You did a whole bunch of woman shit. I don't know what it was you did. You did what you did. Here she is now talking about I don't have a cup and I don't have. It's not.
I looked over and I saw the cups.
Let me explain something to you. I provide the platform. It's not my job to be Mr. Belvedere. Would you like a cup? Would you like a cup?
Yes.
Okay, I will get you a cup.
I did ask, was the cup clean? I would have gotten up and poured my own. I hadn't even asked you.
Is the cup clean? You so bougie.
I meant
sit your ass down somewhere. Do you know back in the days when you was talking
about? No, watch it.
Let me finish. The letters and the 2-year courtships. The cups wasn't clean. Okay.
Nick Rose was in the house. She was washing them.
Them cups was not clean.
Washing them.
Them cups was not clean.
Anyway, so I was just agreeing with your point about people feeling like they're courting, 5 seconds on text messages, but you've done no real investment. You text messages for 2 days.
That is the courtship, though. To this generation,
2 days.
Me texting you and like DMing you, that's the courtship. That has replaced actual courtship. Look. So this is what happens.
We're going back in time.
No, peak game.
But not really going back in time.
So just peak game. This was the average. The average YN. Yeah, the average YN.
Damn.
So boom, she posts a picture. Thirst trap, of course, because that's what you bitches post.
Thirst trap.
So you post a picture, right? So he goes, damn, sexy. I could wake up to 1 million suns just looking at you. So hella people comment.
That actually would be really beautiful.
I know. I'm a monster.
I was like, well, that's lovely.
Yeah, I'm a monster. So anyway, don't try to steal my shit, but I'm a monster. So anyway, so she reads the comment, damn sexy, I can wake up to 1,000,000 sons looking at you. So before she even gets in his DM, what's gonna happen is she's gonna go to his page. So she's like, okay, he looks clean, keeps his beard up, always keeps his mustache up. He got some jewelry, okay. Let me see the cars. Oh, he got some cars too. A car. Okay, that's fine. He dresses fine.
The wrong shit.
But this is what she's doing.
I know.
So now she follows him. That's how it's gonna go. She's gonna follow him. So now he's gonna see like, oh shit, shorty following me. You know what I mean? So now he's already following her. She's following him. So now what the YN's gonna do is he's gonna hit on her DM. Hey, good morning, beautiful. I just wanted you to know that I definitely been living life before you, but it seems pale in comparison.
I need you to say it like how they be talking, because that is so poetic and beautiful.
I mean, but I'm different.
They are not that well advanced.
Okay, that's just me. That's just me. Listen, that's just
Shakespeare.
That's just me talking. All right, so the YN gonna be like, hey yo, he's gonna be like, yo, what's popping, ma? You be looking real good up in your shit though. You know what I'm saying?
Go.
Your angles is popping.
Right speed on the album. Okay?
So she gonna hit him back in the DM with the laughing emoji, like, oh, you so crazy.
Emojis.
Yeah, emoji. You so crazy. He gonna be like, yo, what's up? What type of time you on?
What type of time are you on?
What type of time you on?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So when he say what type of time you on, shorty gonna be like, I'm just doing my thing. I'm to the bag, and because that's what they sound like. I'm to the bag, So the nigga gonna hit her back with like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'm definitely to that paper. You know what I'm saying? The nigga really on that grizzon. You feel me? But yo, you know what I mean? I'm trying to like really, really get up with you because I feel like you could be on that grizzon with me. And she gonna be like, well, what you mean? And he gonna be like, nah, I'm just trying to get around you, know what I'm saying? I mean, get you a flight or whatever. As soon as she see flight, she gonna be like, ooh, flight.
So you got enough money to do that until she finds out it's Frontier.
Yeah, as soon as she see flight though, she gonna be like, ooh, flight. So they do that. So, but the whole time, this is actually the courtship.
It's so advanced.
And the foreplay. You understand? So now when he finally gets her to be like, yo, listen, I'm gonna get you a ticket and shit next weekend. You wanna come out, come fuck with me, you know what I'm saying? See what I'm about. Look, come fuck with me, see what I'm about. Understand what come fuck with me, see what I'm about.
Come fuck me.
Yeah, come fuck with me means come fuck me.
Right.
Come see what I'm about means you're gonna be around me and you're gonna be subject to what it is that I wanna do. You know what I'm saying? So now, shorty gonna be like, after she done looked at his page, woody woo woo wop wop. Ain't none of her homegirls say I fuck with the nigga, so now she like, okay. See, in her mind, that's a virgin, because ain't none of my bitches fucked with him, so that's a virgin. So now she gonna get on the flight, she gonna go see the little young nigga, and they gonna fuck.
Yeah.
You understand? And that's that.
And then when he does some shit you don't
like for our parents, it was way harder.
Absolutely.
But for this generation right now, that shit way easier. Like they gonna fuck.
I agree with you.
They ain't not like even for who I am, I can get in a bitch DM right now, and you know how I talk. You know what I'm saying? I get in a bitch DM, I get to talking. That bitch be like, listen, you ain't gotta get me a ticket. I'm on the first flight.
This nigga is like a master flirter. I ain't talked to him in 3 years and forgot some shit, and we in the same. I don't even know what fucking platform we're on, and he's just like chit chatting, and I'm like, he looks familiar. Fuck, this sounds familiar. It's giving familiarity.
Right.
But you can't get in good on the photo. It wasn't Zoom. I couldn't do that on my phone. I'm like I can't even see. The nigga got a side view because he driving.
Right.
And I'm sitting over here like, shit. I feel like I fucks with that nigga. Like who? Let me go on and carry this conversation out. Oh, okay, how you doing? Whatever it was, and it went on for like a week, and you were just like, "We gonna cut this shit out." You just ain't gonna call me, and I'm like, "No, we're gonna." I say something, and you were like, "Yo." I mean, this was fun. Like it was the head game of it all was fun.
Yeah,
like
it was fun.
I'm like, "Oh, okay, well then we gonna keep this party going because I play along. I have." No
like,
problem.
It's cool, you know.
But other people don't have. I feel like in our we have. Something I watched that talked about teaching children emotional regulation at a young age.
We're not talking about children right now.
No. But I'm saying because it applies to adulthood.
Okay.
So the problem without having taught them emotional regulation, which is a coping mechanism, and the delayed gratification skills, we are now in a place where everything is microwave. So
Right.
the people of yesteryear in the 1800s and early 1900s that didn't have the U.S. Postal Service, that had to actually write letters and wait for stuff to happen whenever it happened, now you can accomplish that through the current technology in 2 days, to your point about a courtship.
Right. In 48 hours,
Right.
you can establish a whole relationship.
I am still trying to figure out how, but that's
Easily.
just me.
The attention span,
Right.
the morality, a lot of things can figure into that.
But that doesn't even apply to, like, we're codifying that by people in, like, say, Gen Z, but actually even people in our age group, everyone across all spans are now unable to handle delayed gratification.
Yeah.
If you don't text me back in like 5 minutes, I'm about to have a whole meltdown.
Well, what does social media do? Let me see if you
could accelerate.
No, what does social media do to the average earthly citizen? What does social media do?
Like lower your attention span?
No.
What do you mean?
Social media filled you with the false pretense that you are a star.
Important. Oh, yeah. Okay,
that
sorry.
You are important.
I wasn't thinking
that
about
you
that.
are a star. That's overall what social media did. Social media gave everyone, myself included, herself, it gave everyone the capacity, the software, and the ability that you can be a star. You can be somebody, even with no skill and no talent. That's what social media did.
Do you think that even before that, though, that whole movement with parents making their kids feel like everybody is a winner? Remember that movement where it wasn't like they kept giving ribbons and trophies to like everybody for participation.
It was participation award, yeah.
Yeah, and instead of being like, well, this person came in first, so you won. It was like everybody's a winner. And then social media sort of coincided with that. Do you think that?
Well, that's because of the censorship. But do you believe that everybody's a winner just because you participated?
No.
Do you think like everybody should get a ribbon or, you know what I'm saying, because they participated?
No, and you know what? My wonderful father ruined whatever amount of disillusionment I was ever going to have about that. He killed it one day after a cross country meet that I was coming in for, and my ass came in.
You participated. It's cool, but like you didn't win. You didn't play. You didn't place.
I placed.
That's what it's called.
I placed 5th.
You didn't place. That's not place to me. Is first, second, third. Hence, hold on. Okay. Gold, silver, bronze. Everything after that is.
Okay, I don't know. You went to a different school than I did. You have different experience. But hold on, I'm about to explain. So
in fucking 5th place. What's there to celebrate?
Oh, can I tell you or can I not? This is my fucking story.
I got you. Go ahead, tell me. 5th place. Go ahead, tell me.
What had happened was in this particular meet, you had to come in like within the first 10. But there was like, I don't know,
was this like the Special Olympics?
Fuck you.
I'm just asking if it was.
Nigga.
Are you mad at me?
Are you trying me today? Are you really trying me today?
I'm just asking if it was the Special Olympics.
No, it was a cross-country meet in my day, which was behind your day.
Was this like America Cares or something?
No, Negro, it was just a basic run-of-the-mill cross-country meet. And you
said from 1st place to 10th place. That's crazy.
You have like 100 or so.
I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
But go ahead.
Okay. So I want to say it was like 100. It was like all the different schools. So it's like a citywide situation.
Got you. Okay.
And in this situation, the first 10 out of all of the kids, which is
out of 100 kids,
150 kids or whatever within a specific, so maybe a 2-year age range. So you're competing in this massive cohort.
Right.
So out of all of these students, the top 10 are the ones that place and move on or to whatever it was we were supposed to be moving on to. Anyway, I think I had gotten 5th, and my dad, I think this is what has inbred the level of work ethic that I have. He looked at the ribbon and he was just like, but you didn't place in the top 3. Or you didn't come, not even top 3, you didn't come in first.
Right, you didn't come in first.
And that was the end of that. And I mean, I had a whole meltdown because I had literally run, like time-wise, I had done the best I'd ever done.
The best you ever done, got you.
Right, and then to get to that particular place and make it that far, it wasn't like, okay, let's improve your shit. It was just like, what you didn't do it at all. So it's like, what the fuck are we even talking about? And so my mother was just like, moms, we're going to coddle and make you feel better about your situation. But obviously I am now devastated. Right. Because my dad, I'm a firstborn. They are not playing around about how you function in this life and how you move about and the expectations.
Right.
And that shit killed it. So no, I don't believe in all that other nonsense about participation. I'm very much like, if you're going to compete, then give it everything you got. Or take your ass home and go to bed.
I can dig it though.
Like, don't play. So.
Yeah, no, I can dig it.
While you over here trying to act like I'm a paraplegic or something. Shout out to those who are
Let me see, hit your button one time for me though. Just press it. Just press it and hold it. Just press it. You'll feel it. Just press it and hold it.
Is it here?
Oh God. I said press and hold. Oh my God.
I had.
This is probably why you. Okay, good. That's good. This is probably why you came in like fifth.
Fuck you. Get your life.
This is probably why you came in fifth
You
place.
put it on me the first time, and every time you do
Listen,
it to me,
listen,
it's
we're
been
not
on.
talking
Now
about
you want
that.
to talk crazy
That's
to
probably
me?
why you.
Now you want to talk crazy? Whatever.
Yeah, I don't know about this flip. Yeah, I still got the flip and all that. Yeah, I keep a flip. What? Yeah, I keep a flip.
I had a smart ass comment, and I was like, "That's
fine.
actually
You can say
true."
your comment. Let me explain something to you. I keep a flip because I flips. You know what I'm talking about? I really flips around this motherfucker. Yeah, we ain't gonna get into that. But yeah, I keep a flip. I keep a flip. I keep a flip. You know what I'm talking about? I do flip shit.
Cartwheel.
Yeah, but I keep the new news. The new news.
Why did-
The new news. I can keep going, punk motherfuckers. But yeah.
Look at some drug dealing shit when you got
I don't
have
so-
50, 11,
Wow,
stuff.
wow. That's very accurate. I can't even
You
talk
can't even
right
say this shit. Now who's remedial now? Since
No,
you
I
wanna-
just can't say it because
you wanna
I've
talk crazy to
I've
me?
been drinking, but you know,
I've been drinking.
your accusations are
I've been
unfounded.
drinking.
That's all I'm gonna say. Your accusations are
I've been
unfounded.
accusing you of anything.
One thing I don't do is I don't deal in the underworld of narcotics. I really don't. I don't.
You pick a different world.
Definitely not that world.
You just pick a different one.
Yeah, find a different world, not that world.
All right, moving on. Anyway, so back
So
to
finish telling me about your fifth place for me.
No, we already had that. We talked about that.
done.
We moved
Okay.
on. And to your point about people,
About the nature of relationships today, like
Yeah.
the YNs and all that. Because you have to look at it. So look, so a lot of people don't ever want to talk about this shit, but truth be told, the average bad bitch that y'all see on Instagram, she homeless. This is a fact.
Really?
What?
I don't know.
The average bad.
I
I'm
get
talking
so tired
when
of
I'm talking about
talking
bad.
about being a bad
Okay,
bitch,
so
though.
when I'm talking about bad bitch, I'm talking about banging ass body, all that. That shit don't equate to no money. She's looking for a sponsor. She's looking for a sugar daddy.
Well, how she get all that? Let me just.
How she get what? No, let's just say it. No, ask me, and I'm gonna go along.
No, I am. I'm asking.
How does she get the titties done?
Right,
the
like
ass? She hoed. That's how she got it
So
done.
then why is
she
she
hoed. She either hoed for the body, the surgery, or she stripped for the body, the surgery, or she scammed. And the reason why she did all those things is because the payoff that she's looking for is she's trying to land a whale. That's what these bitches like be calling these big ass tricks. They call them whales. She's looking. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I just because
Yeah,
you know
you
that
don't
means
know?
something so different
Oh
to
no,
me.
she's looking for a whale.
That's why I'm
a
like
whale. A whale is like Mr. Trust Fund baby, Mr. I got a yacht, I got at least 3-4 million. You know what I'm saying? That's a whale.
But
That's what they're
wouldn't
looking
you
for.
have to do homework
No, they don't do all that. Like not that.
to
so
actually
you,
bag one? You
that's
have
a whole
to
different
do
conversation.
little-
That's like the NBA hoes, the NFL prostitutes. Those are different. Like that's a different measure of like.
You said so we're starting at basic level.
Yeah, we're talking about. No, we're just talking about like how I showed you that girl.
Yeah.
She's not an NBA hoe, but she trust me. The first NBA nigga that jumps in her DM,
She gonna be on.
she's
that.
gonna rock his ass. NFL nigga, tennis nigga, soccer nigga, doesn't matter who it is. You know what I'm saying? She's gonna rock that nigga.
Soccer's a good
I'm just
field.
saying she's gonna rock him.
Shout
But
out.
like Tia Kemp said, you getting these BBLs, bitch. You getting these titty surgeries, all that. Like I know you ain't doing this shit to work no regular job. You doing this shit to sell some pussy.
But
You
then-
you trying to land you such a big trick to where he can definitely set you up so that you can do exactly what it is that you want to do in life. You know what I'm saying? So when I mean
Right.
set you up, meaning you can meet, i.e. Steven the Trick, and he, by the time you done Steven the Trick, they give you like $450,000. That's enough to start whatever fucking hair company or nail company, whatever the fuck you weird ass bitches be trying to do.
Buy
You know what I'm
a
saying?
fucking at least condo.
Well,
or a house,
whatever.
pay that
A
bitch
housing,
off. Have
a
your shit
duplex,
secure.
buy that, whatever. But either
I
way,
think my thing is that
whatever
you
their
do it
dream,
and you don't have a plan.
whatever their dream is, they're looking for a whale. But how they survive with the Rogers and Raheems. I got 1,000. No, listen, I got 1,000. I got 2,000. No, because that money adds up. Roger got Roger got 1,000 for an hour. Raheem got 2,500 for 2 hours. They gonna take that.
Yo, you know what's so crazy?
They're gonna take that. You'll take that.
Think about when just talking about the difference in technology. I remember the article that came out in, what was it? Not Page 6. It might
Whispering for.
Oh, I'm just talking to you. I'm literally.
I got you.
I'm sorry, I forget.
Yeah, because I cut that. You know what I mean? I cut that one. This is this one.
Oh, right. Alright then.
Alright then. Ooh,
let me
pipe
up a little bit.
Little hood came out, but yeah, you was reading an article.
I was reading an article about a chick. You may have seen it. They were in New York. The dude was a representative. I'm trying to remember the language used.
That's fine. He was a representative.
And she was a high-end escort.
Okay.
And your thing just flipped off around.
Okay. It went off.
They had made such a big deal because she had reported that she had made something like $2,500 an hour or something like that. It was like astronomical. And the reason why it made the news is because somehow whichever one of the alphabets got involved, they raided the apartment. And so they were telling the story about how everything looked inside of the apartment, like the schedules for all the girls and all this stuff. But she was like at the time the highest paid escort probably in the entire country. And I think it's funny because we've seen now OnlyFans where baby girl.
So this is prior to OnlyFans.
Oh yeah, this was years ago. Like we're writing about it in newspapers. This stuff is not and Googling on the internet to be like, somebody really wrote about that? Hold on, let me find it. We didn't even have like all of what we have right now from a social media standpoint. And then we think about Sophie Rain, just sidebar.
Oh, you talking about the young girl?
The young chick that reported, what was it, 43 million or something? What's their asinine number?
Well, you know why? Because she looked like a kid.
I just think it's crazy, since we're talking about technology, like all of the different things from writing letters to being an escort, how technology has advanced so much of this and allowed people to do what they do best, I guess. What's wrong with that?
No, don't worry about that.
You're so engrossed.
Yeah, I can still hear you. We still talking. I'm just dealing with that. It's just technical difficulties. I ain't worried about that. That's what technology do.
It's so interesting. This little robotic arm.
That's what technology do, you know?
On all fronts,
It do what it do.
So going back to our original conversation, even when you're talking about the short ass courtship and the being flown out and whatever, then you get to a place where you think you're functioning with that dude.
Right.
But you have no depth in the relationship. You're starting out.
There's no substance to it. Right.
Right. And so y'all are still talking about what ice cream you like, but y'all did all the funk that y'all are having sex and doing all this other stuff.
That's exciting.
Taking
We can talk about ice cream like that. There's nothing wrong with talking about ice cream and I'm busting your mouth already. That's fine.
Yeah, that's wonderful, except for the fact that when your ass is like, I don't understand why you talking to me like that. And it's like, nigga, because y'all don't have any relationship of any kind.
So there's no boundaries. So before the boundaries are set.
You already expressed you had no boundaries when you got your ass on the plane. Like, I'm confused. I don't understand why we are upset about things that are happening when either side, male or female, because the person who thinks that you're not going to be taking advantage of me, I'm not a trick, I'm not this and that, or the chick who's just like, you can't be dealing with me like that, I'm not a hoe, I'm not a this and I'm not a that, but y'all are doing the behaviors that exude that because you don't know each other.
Right.
And if you figured out that you knew each other or something about each other before you got to function like that, you would have decided to have never been functioning with that person in the first place.
Right.
So, case in point, since I love talking about my exes and one day somebody's going to see this.
You do like talking about They're definitely going to see this.
That one of these days. So one of
Putting
them.
somebody under the bus again.
Talking about having relationships with people before you actually know them. So they were functioning.
So you got a phone relationship with them?
No, they didn't have a phone relationship. Oh, no. Not this
one. Nobody said did you?
No.
Oh, okay.
This was somebody I knew in person. And
you're a thotler.
I'm a who?
A thotler.
What's
like
that?
Undercover thotler.
What does that mean?
What's an undercover thotler?
Yeah.
Just say thotler with me.
Thotler.
Yeah, you're undercover thotler.
Okay, I had TH and the
Yeah,
O
thotler.
and the T, but what's the L and the A?
Meaning, You engage in thought activities, but you keep it in the closet.
Oh, I don't. I'd admit what thought activities I was doing.
Yeah, that's what I
I
said.
would, but they
But
wouldn't
no,
be
but they're not publicized. You keep them
like what would be publicized?
meaning everybody knows.
Oh fuck no.
That's what I said. You're undercover.
But then I would
yeah.
also, if that's the case, then I'm also a hoe and a prostitute and all kinds of
You're
other
definitely
things.
not a hoe. You're
I'm
definitely
just
not a
saying,
prostitute.
like, if we're gonna be like that, like,
No,
or I'm also a lesbian. I'm all these other
but that's
things
the
in the
problem
closet.
with today's women.
Right.
These terminologies are so confused. Like, you bitches ain't no hoes and you bitches ain't no prostitutes. A thought is a complete
But
opposite.
isn't thought
No.
that hoe over there?
Yeah, that's something they made up. But,
Okay, well, what?
So if we look at thoughts,
Okay.
they don't even have whole behavior. You understand?
What kind of behavior do they have?
They have fucking promiscuous women behavior. That's about it.
So then wouldn't you just be promiscuous like any other
Yeah,
woman?
but they're so confused in this generation. They categorize everything under hoe. Do you realize
so
that?
wouldn't that's when I figure out that I'm not in the same place. So
Right.
that's why we're having this
Right.
conversation and I'm
Right.
having you do all this extra explaining because I'm sitting there like, what?